Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to look at the Scotch Snap. The Scotch Snap is one of the most distinctive features of Scottish fiddling, and it's that rhythm, da-da-da, which is not common in many other types of music, in Celtic music or Western Europe for that matter. It does occur, strangely enough, in Hungarian music. And the reason is that by coincidence, both Hungarian and Scots Gaelic use a particular form of pronunciation which gives that particular accent when speaking certain phrases or singing certain phrases, and that's how it gets into the music. And in Scottish music it's particularly prevalent in the Strathspey, and we're going to give you an example later on of John McAlpine's Strathspey. I had a couple of very interesting conversations last year with Paul Anderson and Bruce McGregor, who are two very fine and very different Scottish fiddlers. Paul Anderson, from the East Coast style, he told me about the importance of long bows and very specific directions of bowing. And Bruce McGregor, from the West Coast, he said basically don't worry about any of that, you can do what you like. But for this particular lesson I'm going to concentrate on the wise words given to me by Paul Anderson. And if you watch any of his videos, and he's done lots of them, you will see the first thing is that his bows go from the very tip to the very heel. It's like an athletic event watching him play. And that's the case with the Scotch Snap. So wherever possible you start right at the tip and you go as far as you can towards the heel with two notes. Like that. So it's very different from Irish fiddling, which will often go will all take place within about a couple of inches. So here's a little exercise. So we're starting on a down bow right at the tip, and then we're going to jumping to an up bow. The jump from to there is quite similar to the tension in the arm which you get when you're playing the shiver or the treble. So it's a tensing of this muscle somewhere around here, I'm not sure exactly where, and that is the kind of thing that you want to make it really sharp. So that's worth practicing quite a few times up and down that scale. You'll notice that we're alternating two different rhythms. So the first one is the Scotch Snap, which is a short followed by a long. And then we have a long followed by a short, which is a much more conventional kind of rhythm. So we're alternating those two. And in a strathspey, which is a particular kind of, it's a development from a reel. The strathspey alternates quite often these two rhythms, and it can be quite difficult to, when you're reading a tune for the first time, to discern the difference as you're looking between the one and the other, because they both look quite similar. So I was taught many years ago that when you have one of these Scotch Snaps, it's a good idea to write a little symbol over the top of it. In this case an upturned V is what I was told to write. I'm not sure whether this was just the particular idea of Peter Jenkins, the accordion player, who showed me this, or whether a lot of other people do it. But it does certainly help to read it and not to mistake your dudders from your durders. So if you look at John McAlpine's Strathspey, you can see that, that's what I've done. I've marked those in, and this will make it a lot easier to play and to read. So I'm going to show you this tune really slowly, and then we'll go through it at tempo. So we'll start off with a down bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice there was one place in the second line where we slurred the Scotch Snap, and that is in order to get back to the tip for that one. So I don't think it's essential always to be at the tip and to do separate bows. It is possible to slur it if necessary. So that bar again is, and it sounds almost the same doing as that. One other thing to notice is we have these three notes slurred together, and that is what is sometimes called the up-driven bow, and I might do a separate video about this at some point. And this is a particular rhythm from the Strathspey, and it starts at the tip, and the bow kind of accelerates in the middle of that. It adds a great deal of force to the bowing. So that's John McAlpine's Strathspey, and that is the Scotch Snap. And incidentally, the Scotch Snap doesn't only belong in the Strathspey, it does find its way into a lot of other tunes. And it's an easy way of adding a Scottish feel to a tune that's not necessarily got much other feature in it to suggest that. For example, Step We Girlie On We Go. If you add a few Scotch snaps, that'll improve it a lot. And once you get used to the idea of it, it's quite easy to just add those into any tune. If you would like a copy of the dots for this tune and for these exercises, then do subscribe and send me an email, and I'll play you out with a couple of times around John McAlpine's Strathspey. I'll see you again soon.